This is Spheres of Life podcast.
Hi, I'm Closiona Moses, and we're the host of Spheres of Life podcast. We discuss matters in all parts of life, related matters from career, businesses, academics, and relationships, ensuring the right knowledge to be known. We help to eliminate the high level of ignorance in major areas of life to help people become successful career pursuers, successful businessmen and women, peace, harmony, and love in any relationships, whether they're in Africa, America, Australia, Europe, or Asia. So join us every week. This week in the season 2 and episodes, we would be talking about the 30 keys to record success in life and life. So you heartily welcome to be with us. Welcome back once again to Spheres of Life podcast. Still on 30 keys to record success, episode 2. Today we'll be looking at implementing your discoveries. Implementing your discoveries. You know, knowledge and information are not useless except you make them yourself. Success does not just happen. It's been worked for. Anyone could be successful in their various field if only the implementation of their discoveries is enacted. You can't tell me that you've never had plans of doing something and you never did it, or had plans of establishing a business and never did it. It has happened to many. To record success in life, you must learn to implement every idea, information, and visions you've ever had. It might interest you to know that this life is a funny world. Note that you cannot cheat nature, but nature can cheat you. Yeah. Nature can cheat you. It was said that whatever you give out, same thing you will receive. Some say it is nature. Some say that the law of karma. But I tell it to you, there are some good things that you will do. You will have to wait for years and years, and you can't even receive it. You still grow old and die. There are some things that you need to do. Work hard yourself. When you start waiting for nature to work in your behalf, I'm so sorry. You've started failing, and your regression just started. Take a bold step now to do that thing you've desired for long to do. To start that thing that you desired for so long. To start. Is it a business? Start with it. Is it a career pursuit? Start with it. Is it a program you've waited for so long to enroll on? Or is it a skill that you've acquired from different seminars and trainings? Implement them all, one after the other, and see if you won't be successful. If after a lecture in your class, the lecturer decides to give an emergency test from the most common or your favorite topic, and you decide not to partake of it because you felt it's too common, and he scores you 0, who is the cause? Who is to be blamed? Is it you, the student, that refused to partake of the lecturer's test? Or is it the lecturer that you failed to partake of his test and he scored you 0? Most times we feel that the things we know are too common, having the feeling of insufficiency We often compare our talents, our God's-given gifts, our finances, and level of education to others, desiring theirs instead of utilizing ours. A wise man says that if you can think very well, what you have is enough to do that thing that you want to do. Let me remind you that no topic in the university is common. Same as no gift, no talent, no amount of money, no level of education is common either. That you've known the topics very well. Wow, thank God, because millions don't know it. That you've mastered it doesn't mean it's simple or easy to do. Same is applicable to our gifts and talents, to the gifts and talents that you have, to the business ideas that you've acquired, that you've conceived. You think because you've known it and how to run it, it is simple, it is common, it is cheap. That if it is not common, Mr. B or C might have done it. They would have done it. How do you know that they have such ideas? How could you tell that they've conceived such plans? I must tell you that they never had it. Every idea is unique. The same way our faces are different, same way our thinking faculty, same way the ideas that pumps into our minds, same our thoughts. So don't think that the things you've known, others know it the way you've known it. I could remember when I was schooling years ago, and chemistry happens to be one of my favorites due to its equations and solving. I really do enjoy it. Yeah. Most times it amazes me how some would be like, chemistry and its topic are very difficult. And I'll be like, I don't understand. What's difficult? Just to do this, that, and that, and you will get this answer for these equations. What's so difficult? And they'll be like, we didn't even get what you're trying to say, what you're trying to explain. Now, that is it. To me, it is common. To me, I have understood it very clear that I no longer get confused whenever the equation arises. But how about them? Then for me to commonize it, I would be very foolish and stupid. Maybe thinking that others do know it, thinking that it's very cheap. Not everything that you've known that others do. You are unique in your own ways. Now, because they didn't know the equations I know in chemistry does not, to me, make chemistry's equation common. No. I never conceived such thought in my mind. Because I myself, I know the time it takes and the effort you have to put to master a thing. Don't you ever commonize those plans of yours. Don't you ever commonize that gift and talent you've had. Don't commonize that business idea that you've conceived because you are the only one that have got that idea. I must tell you, we all have different visions because we are different. You share your plans and your visions and goals with someone, and some tries to talk you down. No, most don't really mean talking you down. It is because they don't see the vision you've seen. And you know the reason behind not seeing them? Is because God didn't show it to them, because it is not their vision. They are not in your mind. You happen to see it, you happen to conceive it, because it is your vision, it is in your mind, and you are the only one to run with it. Stop looking out and start looking in. Within you, you will see that you have something that needs to be implemented. There are enemies of implementations of discoveries, which I'm going to share with you. The two are procrastination and the blame game syndrome. Procrastination and the blame game syndrome. Procrastination is one of the major enemies of execution of projects, execution of discoveries, execution of ideas. Anything you want to do, just do it. Do it. There is no better time than the time you realize you need to do that thing. Procrastination always gives you the reason of insufficiency. It always gives you no better time mindset. It is a murder of your time. Have you ever procrastinated something in your life before? How was it? Were you able to get the things that made you to procrastinate that thing you wanted doing? It doesn't happen that way. Most times the things we procrastinate will still keep reoccurring. The things we tend to achieve, to accumulate before executing that project or plans of ours, yet will not be provided. Procrastination always comes with, it is not the right time. I need to settle some things and get some things ready before doing it. It is not enough. I need more. If I'm going to start this business, I don't want to start more. I don't really want to start like Joseph and Amanda. I want to start something big. Let me remind you that the only thing that can start and that starts from the top is the grave. So start with what you have at hand and stop comparing yourself to others. You're not in competition with anybody. You must implement the ideas you have in your mind if you're craving for a successful living. There's times and seasons for everything under this earth, and once the time passes, I'm sorry, it's gone. Stop procrastinating and be determined to take a bold step, for success will never be handed over to you. The blame game syndrome. is another enemy of implementation of the discoveries. Don't live life full of blames. Many persons like covering their inability to actualize things by blaming others. They blame others for their ignorance, they blame others for their failures, and they blame others for even their laziness. Every man created by God always has a task to accomplish. Those you put in blames on also have tasks to accomplish, also face difficulties, also face hard times. Do you really know what they're going through? Do you really know the kind of situations they found themselves? Stop putting blames on others and start blaming your very self. Accept responsibility over your life. The day you were born, your destiny was not attached to anyone or kept in anyone's hands, but in your palms. You were not accompanied by anyone, and no one accompanied you. Can I tell you the truth? Your uncle is not your problem. Your aunt is not your problem. Your brother and sisters are not your problem. Your parents are not your problem. You will say, but they gave birth to you, brought you to this life, so they are supposed to empower you in all aspects of life as you desire. Listen, it is written in the Bible that parents should train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. Training happens to be, and it is, their primary responsibility over your life, and not ensuring your success, not giving you wealth. Training you was their responsibility, but ensuring your success? No, it is not their responsibility. The truth is always bitter, but you gotta still know this: you are your own problem. A wise man said that if a day you know you have to eat a frog, that you eat it very early in the morning, and you won't have to worry the rest of the day. This is the time to implement those things you've learned and known. There is no better time. If you have to have sleepless nights, if you have to be hungry, be starved, this is the right time to do it. And you won't have to worry about your future. You won't have to worry about tomorrow. Don't you ever wait for anyone to do it. You are the one to do it. The time is now. This is the right time. Take the bull by the horn and implement your discoveries. Take a bold step to start that thing you have desired for so long to start. Most times we feel that things we know are to come on, having the feelings of insufficiency and all that. No. What you have at hand is always enough for you to do that thing that you desired for so long to do. Wisdom demands that. There are enemies of implementations of discoveries everywhere. Void yourself from procrastinations. Void yourself from blaming games. Let that syndrome be taken off you. and be focused. Do the things that you intend doing over your life, and you see yourself floating in success. Thank you very much for listening once again. See you on our next episode, which we will be talking on having a thinking room. Having a thinking room. Thank you very much once again. Have you anything for us? Please, if you have any question, anything that you like to verify us with, whatever your contributions and all that, don't you fail to please click on the visit site link if you are listening from our Anchor page or our website at www.akoloshiMoses.com/podcast. Message us, email, whatsoever, and you can as well get the literatures, books of Akoloshi Moses from our online bookstore at www.payhip.com/Akoloshi Moses. Thank you very much once again. See you in our next episode.